Hello guys, I am Whitney from Whitney's Wonderland blog, and today I am gonna get very personal and honest with you guys, and I am gonna talk about the reality behind blogging. I'm gonna tell you about 10 things that most people don't know about blogging. Stay tuned and watch this video. First of all, let me tell you guys, if you don't already, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Whitney's_Wonderland, because I'm posting daily content for you today to find inspiration and to connect with you guys. Why did I decide to begin this video? So basically, I started blogging 5 years ago. Long story short, it's taken me a lot of time and effort, blood, sweat and tears. It all began as a hobby, but soon after that, I discovered it could turn into my job, so I worked my ass off to turn it into my job. And 5 years later, here I am. I still struggle a lot, and I know my blogging peers do as well. My blogging friends and I talk about this, so I just feel like I need to let it out and share it with the world and tell you guys exactly why I'm making this video. Here are the 10 things most people don't know about blogging and the reality of blogging. First reality, it's not profitable business. Just like that, I'll put it out there. It's not like, oh yeah, the money comes, the money rains, just like that. It's not. People think like we're billionaires. I mean, I'm sure some are, but I am not a billionaire. One day, hopefully, but I am not a billionaire right now. I get paid for blogging. I'm not getting paid for this video, but I get paid for blogging for some things, not for everything, because at the end of the day, I do it because I love it. I was actually shocked once. I was in an interview with other bloggers, and there was this blogger. Well, we were all asked the same question: do you earn money for blogging? Back in the day, when it wasn't still like a thing, do you earn money? And she was like, well, yeah, I won't do anything for free. My work has a value. It's my business. That's cool. I respect that. But back in the day when I started, we did it because we loved it. And don't get me wrong, I still need to pay the bills. And if there's a piece of content that I don't know, it's amazing and they're not paying me and I think you guys want to know about it, I will share it with you. However, make sure to know it takes a lot of time. Like all this money, everything I get paid for, I work very hard for it. Bear in mind, the first 2 years that I was blogging, I made no money. I was being a freelance translator. I was working my ass off in other things. I was trying to do all freelance I could do. And like, it was even hard to get stuff for free back in the day. So just know, like, to get to the money bit, it takes a lot of time and effort. And here is reality number 2. I don't know if everyone's gonna love hearing this, but it is the reality, and I feel like everyone needs to know. I need to put it out there for the people who follow me and follow bloggers and see everything, and they're like, oh, it's amazing, they're amazing lives. It is amazing, I'm not gonna lie. I am so grateful, but like I said on point 1, I work my ass off for this life right now. But also, guys, I don't get like Chanel stuff thrown at me every day. It doesn't happen like that. And it is the reality. You see all these girls wearing really nice things all the time, very expensive. Either they're massive bloggers, like massive, and they still don't get everything all the time. That's one option. The second option is they're borrowing the stuff, which, you know, it's cool, borrow stuff. The third option is there's actually a special collaboration with a brand or with a store that has the brand. Amazing. Then the next option, which is very common, is these girls are rich. I mean, how lucky are they? But that is not the reality for all of us. I wasn't born rich. I'm from a little small town in Costa Rica, you know, Central America, right? And just work, like Rihanna, work. Anyway, I worked really hard and studied and went to school and got really good grades. Ended up in London, and here I am, right? Still working super hard. So when you see something I'm wearing that is designer, either it was a very special collaboration or I worked very hard to buy it for myself. So So that is reality number 2. Reality number 3 is kind of number 2, but moving forward. Okay, so how do these girls have so much money? I was like, well, their family, or they have another job, whatever. There's this girl that I know that I love, like, she's so sweet. Her blog is amazing. I love her blog. I mean, she is an acquaintance. When I see her, I say hi. She's lovely. She's super nice. And I was in a trip with these other bloggers, and her name came, just people were talking about bloggers, whatever. It's like, oh my god, I love her blog. Her pictures are amazing. She's gorgeous. She's always traveling. She's always wearing these designer things, right? Amazing. And I'm like, well, you know what? Like, I started blogging before her, and we like kind of have the same aesthetic, but obviously she has really nice things and amazing. So it's like cool, really aspirational, really like, yes, we can do it. And then one girl was like, but you know why? She's always like had all these things. I'm like, I imagine her family like has a lot of money, or like she just had a really good job and stayed and was really clever with the money, whatever. She's like, no babe, she's an escort. I was like, no, she's not. Yeah, she's an escort, just Google her. I was like, what? No. I Googled her name, I was like, oh no. And the pictures, they're right there. Like, she works with some really amazing brands, like really cool, which I'm sure have Googled her and don't mind that. And you know what? Respect, like whatever. We all have a past, right? But like, it's just to put everything into perspective. That is not like easy. It's not easy. And these girls that have everything and that look so pretty, you know, it's most of them work very hard for it, or, you know, they already had things before. And that takes me to point number 4, editing pictures. Oh my god, guys, you won't believe this. So there's this girl, a big blogger here in the UK. She's beautiful, gorgeous. I love her style, her pictures are amazing. She deserves to be where she is by far. She's amazing, love her, right? I see her in real life, and her face looks like completely like different. So on Instagram, everything's like, she's like, right, so you know that movie when Ryan Gosling is like Photoshop, right? So this girl's like Photoshop on Instagram. So her face is completely Facetune, smooth, like so smooth, it's almost a bit scary, but like really smooth. Amazing, I mean, good for her. I wish my face was that smooth. And then in real life, I can see she probably had acne when she was younger. So she has a lot of scars on her face. She's had some filler. I think she's had collagen in her lips. I mean, she's had a few things done. That's absolutely fine, good for her. But what I don't like is, why do you Photoshop yourself so much? You know, why? We are meant to be, blogging was like, we're meant to be the average girl, right? We're like the rebels against the fashion. We're like, oh, I'm a real girl, I'm a real person. In my case, I am 5'1", I am short, I'm not like a tall supermodel, like I eat loads, you know what I mean? Like, I'm skinny, but I'm just not that fit. So yeah, I just feel like, you know what, like, this is me, and that is the beauty of it. Like, we are just any normal girl. You can identify with me if you're short, you can identify with me if you're Latina, or if you're a foreigner living abroad, or whatever you choose to identify with me. Don't Photoshop yourself and make yourself look like this tiny waist, super skinny, like super tall, and like perfect skin. I mean, then, you know, might as well follow Victoria's Secret model, you know what I mean? Point number 5. Keeping it real. It is not kept real. I was on this trip, and there was this girl that showed me how you can edit everything. Literally. Basically, it begins with you, well, smoothing your skin on Facetune. Then you can change the color of your skin so you can be more tan. You can reduce your waist. You can make your legs look longer. You can make your lips appear fuller. You can put on makeup. You can make your hair blonde. You can do whatever, right? And this is the majority of the bloggers. This is the majority of people on Instagram. This is influencers, not just bloggers. So many people edit their pictures a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I've had a spot, I've edited it, I've smoothed it a bit when I've had a spot, like, because I feel like it's not there normally, so it's okay. But I wouldn't like, if I have a wrinkle or if I'm, you know, if I'm not as fit as I want to be, like, you know, why? Point 6, the sixth reality of blogging. These girls look so approachable, so nice on Instagram, and many of them are lovely people. My friends, my blogger friends are amazing. Some of the nicest people I've met, like genuine, really nice girls. But some of these girls let it go to their heads a lot. We don't know how long social media is gonna last. People will still like us. I mean, we're only gonna get older. Will we still be interesting? What is the next big thing? What is gonna happen? We have absolutely no idea. Also, we may be dead tomorrow. We don't know. So stay humble. Be nice. Be nice. It's so easy to be nice. Like, it's so much easier to be nice than to be me. So, you know, I feel like that is an important thing to remember. Especially when, you know, Instagram made you popular and you got X amount of followers or whatever. So here's an example. So it was Fashion Week and there was this space where there are a lot of spaces like this where bloggers get together, they get their makeup done, they get their hair done, they get ready for Fashion Week. It's really cool. I'm in the bathroom and there are a few other girls in the bathroom. Everyone's a blogger. There are bloggers that have been blogging for 6 months. There are bloggers that have been blogging for 6 years. So I'm in the bathroom and I'm inside the toilet, right? I'm just changing and stuff. And I hear this girl says to another blogger that was changing outside. I had seen her about whatever. I like her blog. She takes really great pictures. Like, it's very pretty. Anyway, and this girl was clearly a huge fan of hers. And she's like, oh my God, are you yeah? She's like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. And she was like, seriously? Are you seriously talking to me while I'm in the bathroom? I am changing. And she was like, oh, sorry. And the poor girl just left the bathroom. I felt so sorry for her because she was just so excited. I could hear it on her voice. She was so excited to meet this girl. And this girl was like, but this girl wasn't trying to take a picture of her where she was naked or what. She wasn't naked, but well, she was changing. She was just trying to talk to her. This is a fan, guys. Bear in mind, a lot of people who were the big bloggers inspire a lot of the upcoming bloggers. I get inspired by a lot of bloggers, you know? And I would be so disappointed if like someone I admire was like that to me. So, you know, that is another reality. Like, they'll be nice to some people, but not everyone's nice to everyone. And a lot of people let it get to their heads. Number 7, it is hard to make friends in this industry. I know, in every industry, there's people that are not gonna like it when you do well, that they're gonna look at you like, but here it's so obvious, honestly. I've had situations when it's like so obvious someone is just being nice to me because I have X amount of followers and they're immediately like, oh, let's take a picture together. Can you post it on your Instagram, please, and tag me? I'm like, do you wanna ask me how I am? Do you even know my name? Yeah, there's a lot of that. Point number 8, work your ass off. You have to work so hard. I don't stop. I work 24/7, guys. I do not take a minute to stop. Honestly, if you want to be successful in blogging, you gotta keep going and going and going and going. Like, my eyes are really bad. Like, I need glasses. Look. I need glasses to see. I have a blogger friend who used to be a lawyer, and she tells me she had more free time when she was a lawyer. So there you go. And that takes me to point number 9. Point number 9 is a lot of your family, friends, boyfriend, you know, they won't love what you do. You see all these pictures, like, and she's like, oh, my Instagram boyfriend is taking pictures of me, or they're like, oh, I'm with my friend traveling, or it's like, oh yeah, look at our lives, so we're so cute, hashtag couple goals or whatever it's called. You know, most of the time it takes so much work to take that perfect picture. You guys won't realize that it's so much work, so many pictures. Sometimes I take 100 pictures, get one, edit it for like an hour. Like, it takes me a long time. I love it. I love so much. When I say edit it, by the way, I don't mean like I edit myself. I mean like I make the sky really blue and the colors pop and make sure like it's nice and the balance, whatever. So yeah, so a lot of people get annoyed, you know, like a lot of my friends, especially at the beginning when they didn't get it and they didn't know like this was my job, I would be like, hey friend, do you mind taking my picture? And they'd be like, yeah, picture, here you go. I'm like, no, I need 100. How's the back? Actually, can we take it again? Actually, I prefer that place. Actually, can I move my hair? Actually, can I change this? It can be annoying. So, and I feel sometimes bad. I feel bad when I'm asking for someone to take my picture so many times, but it's my job, you know? I have an amazing support team and I'm able for people to understand what I do, and I have the most amazing friends, but like it's not always easy, and it wasn't always easy. And this is the last reality number 10. Most people are not real. I know this is in life as well, but in blogging it is quite hard sometimes, especially when you go like on a blogger's trip, on a press trip, and you think, well, I think sometimes I'm a bit dumb, I'm too friendly and too nice. I really have learned like that I am a bit naive and like I need to be more careful. And you meet all these girls and you take all these pictures and you're like, yeah, we're friends, and you have such a good time, and then you're like, oh great, so let's stay in touch, and then you send them a message, an email, nothing, they never reply. Or you're like, oh, I'm in the same city as you, and they're like, nope. All they wanted, it was to take pictures with you so that you would post them on your Instagram and promote their Instagram. And then they only want to see you again if you're gonna take pictures. There was a point when one blogger told me, she's like, I was going to Costa Rica, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited to see my family and friends, and she was like, oh, are your friends bloggers? I'm like, I have some blogger friends, but to be honest, the people in Costa Rica are the people I grew up with, and they're not bloggers. Like, they have all different sorts of jobs, and I love that. I love like not talking about blogging and actually like chilling and actually just like, you know, just being with my friends. And she was like, oh no, all my friends are bloggers. I'm like, really? And she's like, well yeah, I drifted apart from my other friends because to be honest, we have nothing in common anymore. I was like, how come? She's like, well, to be honest, I'd rather go and have coffee with a blogger because then I'll get a picture and I'll get their followers than to see my old friends that are just gonna talk about other stuff and I'm not even gonna have a nice picture. I was like, but some of the girls, they're like, hi Whitney, oh my god, you're doing so well, whatever. And I'm like, oh thank you. They're like, can we meet for a coffee? I really want to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. I'm like, yeah, cool. Guys, I am so busy. I'm like I'm telling you, I'm 24/7. I do everything in Costa Rica. We say soy la, which means soy la que lava, soy la que limpia, which means I'm the one who does this, I'm the one who does that. Like I do so much stuff. Like it's very hard for me to take time. I will always take time for my friends and my family. So when I tell someone, okay, let's meet for coffee, it's not like I'm just like, oh yeah, whatever. I literally am like, that means I'm probably going to bed at 2 or 4 in the morning and sleeping 3 hours, right? But I am like, well, I haven't seen this girl for ages and I don't want to be mean, so yeah, I want to see her, see how she's doing. I haven't seen her in ages. And then I go and have a coffee. Okay, I'm like, hey, how are you? And she's like, hi. We start talking, she's like, oh good. Yeah, Whitney, actually I wanted to ask you a few things. Can you tell me how you edit your pictures on Instagram, please? And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, how do you contact brands? And she's like literally with her phone writing down and be like, what is the PR of this? I'm like, you know what? Then this is not a friendship. This is like a work meeting. Then like I should start charging a consultation and be like, hey, are we gonna like actually meet for coffee and talk? It's okay, we can talk about blogging, but like don't just sit there and ask me questions. It's not cool. I feel used. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you more an insight into what blogging is really like. You're not gonna want to miss my next video, so make sure to subscribe to my channel because on my next video, I'm giving you my tips to become a successful blogger. My 5 most important tips on how to take your blog to the next level, which means going from part-time to full-time blogging. So don't miss that video. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Love you guys. Remember to stay positive and spread the light.